You came over here with a smile on today because your sector has been doing well this year so far.
It has been, and thanks for nothing, Chairman Powell. Appreciate the financial kick in the teeth today. It's not fun. It's a bit painful, but we'll see where we go from here. But I would love to see the Fed just get it over with and raise 75 basis points and shut it down and say we're done. But they're not going to do that. They're
well, your stocks would be shut down if they did that.
For a short time. Yeah, I think the market would rally eventually quite considerably once they know the Fed's done. That's what we need. We need an all-clear air raid siren coming from the Fed. We're not going to get it anytime soon. We're going to get this slow drip of attrition.
If you voted in our Twitter poll on the show today and we said, is there going to be a 50 basis point hike sometime in the next couple of meetings, you would have voted yes, part of the 71%?
Yep, 50%.
And you think that the stock market would take a hit only momentarily? In that?
Well, I think it depends on how the Fed does this, and I think they're dripping it out, and the Fed causes a temper tantrum in the markets because of it. And we're getting one today, and we'll probably get some more before they're done.
What about the areas of the market that you're specifically invested in? These, you got a lot of mega cap growth.
I do. Yep.
I'm sure you've been somewhat surprised as much as anybody else in the way that those stocks have reacted to start this year.
Well, a lot of short covering, Scott, as you know, and we were layering in all the end of last year to have a barbell with some of our commodity plays too, because we got quite a few commodity stocks, so we kind of got a barbell in the stock market.
Well, I mean, you got a Texas flag on your tie, so obviously, I'm sure energy is part of your book too, George.
We're super subtle in Texas.
To think that it's not.
We're very subtle people.
You got like 300 Texas flags on your tie. Seriously, though, do you think that it sounds like you're not a believer in your own stocks, at least to start this year, because maybe caught off guard by many have by the move we've seen.
I'm a secular bull on energy long term, but I think we're going to have a real bump in the road this year as the Fed keeps tightening and as the economy slows down. But you look out 3 to 5 years, energy is going to clean up. So I am a true believer long term.
And I was talking about tech. I'm sure you're a believer in energy. Joe, you're a believer in energy, too. That's where you're positioned.
Who's not a secular bull on energy?
You got to be.
Okay, you've got to be, but tell that to the energy stocks. I wish they would listen to your message so far year to date. I'm listening to George speak. I'm thinking about CrowdStrike, which is going to report here after the close.
Oh, we didn't even touch on that.
Let me touch on that for you. It's got an implied volatility somewhere around 9.7%. That's a move around $12 to $13. I'm hoping that CrowdStrike gives me something good. I could transition out of my QQQ position, and I could buy some CrowdStrike. Right now, the opportunities that I'm looking for in the market reside in George's world. It's in the Twilios, it's in the CrowdStrike. It's trying to rebuild a little bit of positioning in the growth areas of the market.
I thought was really interesting, George. Joe was not positioned to start the year thinking that growth was going to do well, right? So he buys Twilio in the last few days, and he goes long the Qs, not suggesting that he thinks he's going to stay there, for a long period of time. But you're also looking to add to areas that you do have. Alphabet, Amazon. But you think now it's too early?
I do. I've got about half the position I want. We're going to layer in as things go lower, and we think they are going to go lower, especially with Chairman Powell rattling the saber just about every month.
And so you think rates are going to go, demonstrably higher from here, and then that's going to weigh on technology stocks even further?
I would love to see them stop about 75 basis points up. I think that's the right amount, and they ought to just sit and watch for a while. But I'm worried they're going to go higher than that. I think it's a real concern.
What about a recession? Do you think we're going to have one or not?
I'm betting on soft landing right now. I'm not betting on no landing or hard landing. I'm betting on soft landing.
See, how can you bet on soft landing if you think that not only they're going to go further than people think, but you want them to go 75 right now? You really think the economy can withstand that?
I do. I think the economy's too strong, and I'd like to do 75 now and get it over with. I think that'll result in a soft landing, but I could be wrong. We'll see.